I keep getting this question of people asking, what do you do when you're in a room, or maybe you're in a corporate place, like, in a social setting, and people keep ignoring you, like maybe a group of people, maybe you want to be included, maybe you feel like you are a very social person, a very empathetic person, and you're not able to ignore people, but people keep ignoring you. What do you do? As someone who is very friendly and I'm very, very social, in fact, I do a lot of social media stuffs. What I've learned since I was a child, interacting with people, and that is why I got my social education from. I never went to any kind of school, anything. I can make friends if you leave me in a group, there is a guarantee I could be friends with everyone. Okay, I might not like everyone, but I'll be like, we'll end up getting along very well if we are on the same page. Is that you need to be aware of people's body language. That's one thing. Awareness is key. Okay, for you to not be ignored by people, you need to be aware, because people always tell you whether they like you from the beginning, even before they talk to you. People will show, like, even the way they point their feet, the way they look at you. If someone is looking at you and they're staring at you like up and down all the time, that is not someone who likes you. But some people can read that. If you're in a social group and maybe you want to be part of a social group, and anytime you come around them, they're looking at you up and down, they're staring at your shoes or like below you, like, you can tell they're looking down on you. You don't need to be part of that group. If you're about to enter a social setting and everyone is turning their back on you, or like the gatekeeper of the group, like the leader of the group, is like turning his or her back on you, you're not needed there. Okay, they are trying to ignore you. They are trying to act like you're irrelevant, but most people can read that. If you're in a social group and every time you speak, your opinion is not considered, like, they might keep quiet and let you talk, but after that they all move on and don't even kind of like come back to what you said. Like, they ignore your voice is not even recognized. You should leave that group. Also, if you're in a social group and you're always invited last minute, like, you don't get the invite until like they've already made the plans and everything, everyone knows they're gonna go, and then later, like, oh yeah, we are planning this, would you want to join? Like, you're not in the initial phase. You know what? You have to decline most of the invites. Also, if you are in a social group and the group is not like maybe your friends or like an organization, and they're not protective over you, they don't care about your story, they're not curious about you, they're not trying to protect you, they're not trying to check up on you, like, none of them. Yeah, that is some of the languages that people are trying to show you. And I mostly want to do this to people, like for people who work like in a workplace or maybe in the university, like in school, because that's where a lot of people try to build character and all of that. So if you're in a work situation or a workplace and like your co-workers like to gossip a lot, especially when you work in the room or you work there and everyone acts like they're busy talking, or like they're not like talking, they're busy working, or like they weren't talking, 9 times out of 10 they might be talking about you, or they might be plotting something against you. Okay, if it's not like your birthday week, or it's not like your birthday is not coming up and they're not planning a birthday surprise in the office, and that's how they are every time you walk up, people would try to act like they are putting themselves together and they weren't even saying anything, then yeah, they were talking about you. And also, when all of a sudden your boss starts hating you because your co-workers don't like you, yep, you don't need to be there anymore, because they will try and sabotage you. And this is for women who always get the credit when you're like really hardworking and you are so unbothered and you mind your business, and like you are new, especially when you came there not long ago, and you're out like surpassing those who were there. They might try to sabotage you, and the only way to sabotage you at a workplace is to get the boss to dislike you, because he's the one who can fire you. And if you're in a workplace and that is what you keep facing, I had to leave a job because of that. I had to leave a workplace because of that, because most of the co-workers would just go and lie and do so many things. Like, they'll provoke me, they were just like pushing me to the edge all the time, and I did nothing. And I would say I was the youngest in that section, and I was liked by a lot of people. And these people didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that I was liked, and like, oh, I did my work, I was helpful. I don't know. I thought that was supposed to be why we're a team, and we like, they're gonna like me. I was trying to prove myself, and that got me more hate. And they ended up saying so many things into my bossy ear, and I got hated. At the end of the day, I tried, and the best thing was for me to leave, so I left. So I'll say that for that. And another way, especially if you're in school, is that if you're always being bullied by the group you're in, like, they're always joking about your hairstyle, they're always joking about so many things about you, that's bullying. Okay, like, they're over criticizing you so much, whether verbally or physically, any way, shape or form. That is not good. That is not just teasing. There's a difference between teasing and bullying. Okay, if someone is teasing you, it's very light, it's very fun, you can even laugh about it, and you don't feel insecure when you do that. Teasing is not supposed to make you feel insecure. It's supposed to come from a place of love. So it's lightful, it's playful, it's very jovial. But this is someone who's like, they are disgustingly kind of like picking at you. They pick at you in a very aggressive way, and that makes you very, very uncomfortable. That is a microaggression, and you shouldn't accept that at all. They don't like you, you're supposed to leave. So if the group you're in, they're not very supportive, they're not loving, they're not kind to you, they're not respectful of you, and they always have their back towards you, they always have their foot pointing away from you, they're not inviting you often, they don't keep contact with you often, they're not protective of you, like, you should recognize all of this. So when you ask me how to know someone is not ignoring you, you can read people. People are very simple. People are easy to read. I don't know. I read a lot of psychology, so I know. Even though I don't teach it here, I educate myself on so many stuffs. I'm always reading. I have books. So if you're someone who is very socially aware and you're aware of your own self, you can read immediately as soon as you meet someone in 2.5 seconds if they like you or not, just by seeing how they position themselves towards you. You would know if it will work or not. Like, you see some, like, their belly and their feet is pointing away from you, but maybe only their face and their chest is facing you. They are not interested. They don't care about you. They're just being nice. They're just being polite, but they don't really like you. Someone who really likes you, wants to be your friend, you would tell. Like, you can feel it. Like, oh, this person is all over me. Like, they're so aggressive. Because they will show their cards first. When people like you, they will show their cards first. They will invite you. Hey, we're planning to do this. What is your impact on, like, what's your take on that? Like, you'll be in the initial phase, and they want your opinion. And every time you talk, you'll feel very included, because you'll feel like you're a family member of that group. Everything you say, people either laugh, react, or keep silent and then think about it and then respond. Like, you will know how included you are by the way they respond to everything you say. Everything you say, they'll respond to, even if it's a yeah. Have you seen, like, someone who is so liked in a group that even if they say okay, everyone wants to say okay? Like, that is how included you feel. Every word you say, even if they don't have anything to say, they'll just repeat what you just said, because they want you to feel ahead and seen. Okay, so you don't need to crack your brains. When people like you, you are relaxed. You are not hyper focused on, like, thinking about whether they like you or not. You're just more relaxed, more like you feel a part of it. It's like the furniture's in your room. You always know the chairs goes with the cushions. That's how you feel with them. It's like a chair and a cushion. You know this is your place, this is home. And whenever you see them, you don't feel the need to think, are they gonna like me today? Do I look beautiful today? No, you just know. You can show up any way you want, and they'll still hug you and love on you. So those of you, I've had a lot of, like, questions on that. So there you go. I hope this helped.